He's a dad with a beard and a big old heart, raising tiny tornadoes, tearing things apart, laughing through the mess and the midnight cries, with an angel watching from the sky. It's the fatherless dad, 2 kids, 1 plan, just doing his best.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Fatherless Dad 2025. I'm Miles, where we don't just survive fatherhood, we re-engineer it. Today I'm handing you the same cheat sheet that has saved me more times than Google has. If your baby is crying and your brain is fried, this flowchart is how you win. Let's break it down. Alright, step 1 might seem obvious, but we're going to check the diaper. Okay? At 2 a.m., obvious often goes out the window, so that's where this flowchart really kicks in. You know, one night I spent like 15 minutes trying to figure out why my daughter was so upset, and then I looked, and there it was. She had peed. She was in a big wet diaper, and she didn't like it. So, lesson here, guys, if it's wet or soiled, change it, because nobody likes a dirty diaper.
Once again, check the diaper if it's wet or soiled. We changed the diaper. Now that we have checked the diaper and either changed it or verified that it is not dirty or wet. If your child is still crying, we move on to step 2, which is feed the baby.
Now, you've changed your child or they don't have a dirty diaper. Either way, we've cleared that step. So now your child is still upset. So, pro tip, dads, step 2. Babies don't count calories. They crave comfort. And so if you're unsure, just start feeding them. They'll either accept it or they will reject it. And you go from there. Step 3. So we've checked the diaper. The diaper is either clean or we've changed it. We've fed the baby and they're still crying. Implement the power of dad and just being there, because your baby craves you, craves and desires to be near you. So if your child is crying after we've changed their diaper, we've fed them, next step, I want you guys to cuddle. Give them like 15 minutes. Just hold on to them. One night, my daughter screamed herself hoarse. I was seconds away from breaking down. I picked her up, pressed her tiny ear to my heart, and she stopped. At that moment, I really learned that you don't always need to have the right answer. Sometimes just being there is all they want. So let's review. You've changed the diaper, or the diaper's clean. You've fed them. They're done eating and they're still crying. So we've cuddled with our child and now we're looking to put them down for a nap. Now, nap time. Alright, hero. You've changed them. You've fed them. You've held them. Now, the final mission. Put them down without waking them. No sudden movements.
Alrighty.
Eye contact, no inner thoughts that could jinx it. Nail this, and you will earn a mythical 17-minute nap on the couch. Treasure it. Guard it. Don't waste it on TikTok. Let's discuss the 3 steps again. So step 1, we're checking the diaper, and if the diaper is clean, we're moving on to step 2, where we're feeding the baby. Okay, we fed the baby, and they're still crying. Now we're moving on to step 3, which is cuddle and naps. So let's say you go through that and then they start crying again. Start over again.
Check diaper. Change diaper. Feed the baby. Cuddle for 15 minutes. Put down for nap. Repeat if crying. If repeated twice,
if you've gone through this flowchart twice and it is still unsuccessful, your child is still screaming, this is where you need to start considering extraordinary scenarios. Look for hidden culprits. Fever, teething, gas, Or there might be even something more. One night my daughter wouldn't settle no matter what. Turns out her first tooth was cutting through. A cool teether, gentle gum rub, silence, not because I'm a genius, but because I paid attention to what the flowchart didn't say. I went through the flowchart twice. I realized, okay, these steps aren't working, and they normally do, so something else must be happening. And once you start getting to that mind of something else, that's when you'll discover it. Look at your child. Are they grabbing at their mouth? All right, guys. I need you guys to listen to me for a sec. I didn't get a blueprint. I built one. One for me and one for you. This flowchart isn't perfection. It's proof that you're showing up. This isn't your Bible. This is your way to solve, I'm going to say 70% of the scenarios. The other remaining 30, those are the extraordinary situations, and you're going to have to figure it out. I'd rather have a plan for the 70% and figure out the 30 than just trying to figure it all out. This flowchart, for me, has been so helpful. There was one time I walked into a room and my wife was just exhausted. She had had it with her kids, and I didn't know what to do. So I started at the top of the flowchart. I went, I checked the diaper, wasn't the diaper. Turns out they were hungry, right? And my wife was like, oh, but I just tried to feed her. Kids, sometimes they're just hungry, right? They will tell you when they don't want to eat. They will stop eating. You know, I do not believe you can overfeed a child. You know, a child will tell you when they don't want to eat it. And if you're, as long as you're not shoving it forcefully into their mouth and forcing it down, and they are taking the formula or breast milk willingly, then they're hungry. They know themselves. You know, you have to trust that they know a little bit about themselves and that their instincts will be correct. And we don't have to command the instincts. We just have to be able to read them. And after a few tries of this flowchart, it'll stick. You guys will remember what to do, and it'll just become a system. This flowchart has saved me countless times. Because when I walk into a room and my baby's crying, I just start at the top. Even, it doesn't matter what time it is. I once changed a perfectly, almost a dry diaper because it was a little wet. And I just wanted to cross it off my list so that I could move on to the next step and get through it. And we did. If this video gave you any sort of peace or a laugh or made your 3 a.m. feel a little less lonely, smash that like and subscribe. And share this with a dad who's one meltdown away from moving to the garage. This is the Fatherless Dad 2025. Real dad, real chaos, and real love. See you next time.
It's the fatherless dad, 2 kids, 1 plan, just doing his best, like every real man. The fatherless dad 25, kid voices echo for me. When a no line fight, when a no fight dies, 2 dinners pass so that you get by. There's fatherless dad 25. Yeah, he only win his best.